Thank you so much for stopping in. This is another transparent oracle uh, based on a question that one of you, the viewers of the Unlikely Channeler, have asked me to do. This question comes from Pagan Girl One, and I'm not sure how to say it, but it's PAGINGIRL and the number one. The question that is asked is wondering if you could ask about the upcoming eclipse in April and how that energy is going to affect humanity. So when I was working through the card, well, they're round and slick and very hard to work with. But two of the cards, two fell out as I was, and they just kind of slipped out and very intentionally. So I went ahead and accepted those two as a message, that we needed to consider. The first card that fell out was the number 10, and the second card that fell out was the number 3 card. It doesn't really matter, but the pictures on the screen, hopefully right now, I'm going to try to insert those pictures, and then it helps you kind of watch, look at what I was seeing. So not necessarily what I was seeing, but as I tell you what the transmission is, you can see what the card looks like and kind of get some more interpretation if you would like to. So this is the transmission. I'm finding the cards right, the pages of this book, because I'm going to read some of it to you. So I looked at the first two cards. The first one was, there is a sense of ethereal, dancing, playful energy. Interesting. This is April, the eclipse of April. There is a sense of ethereal, dancing, playful energy. The energy, so that's, it should be on the screen, but it's this picture and then that picture. And that one, then it continues to say, the energy contains the kerfluffle that humanity responds to. So I made a note so that I would read in this book. This card shows the elemental symbol for air. Well, I'll show it. It should be up here if I can do it. I'm such a nerd. Surrounded by a circle of clouds and rendered completely in the color of its direction yellow, which is east, apparently. Here we see the element of air in its purest conceptual form. This card represents the power of clear, unobstructed thought and logic. Academic pursuits or focused research may be indicated, and the clear progress can be made in any intellectual matter. Air may also indicate a rare moment of unfettered inspirations and the knowledge of how to act on it. It is the card of scientists, teachers, lawyers, philosophers, and great communicators. It could also represent someone of the zodiac signs Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. So that's interesting. That's interesting because the message I received is pretty similar to this. This is a sense of ethereal, dancing, playful energy. The energy contains the kerfuffle, the excitement that humanity responds to. And then it goes along with the card number 10. I'm not going to read 10, but 10 is also in the east direction. And in this book, it says, if it goes along with something from the east, let's see what it says. In the same direction, because it is with another card from the east, it says east. This card adds an extra level of clarity and rational understanding. So I really do need to look into what the eclipse of April means. Kind of what I gathered initially was it's going to be a really dramatic time. But it also sounds like from these first two cards, the energy is going to be enlightening, and give us clarity. Okay, now then I spread the cards out. These are the cards. I spread the cards out like I have done before. And this is the transmission that I received. I'm going to try to put them up on the screen if I can figure it out. So the top picture, this is the transmission. I'm just going to read through this. Water energy surrounds the question. There is movement in thought and action. Interesting, because that's what it kind of said, didn't it? Or the first two cards. A purification of humanity is entering into your realm. Wow, that's interesting. I better look into April A. Thank you for asking the question, by the way. It's great. The bottom image says, this is the transmission. The energy is carried far and wide to all corners of humanity. The energy impacts all upon the earth realm. The secrets of the water emerge from behind the gate of dominance. These are turbulent times. These are erratic times. If you are not centered in your foundation. Oh, that's a good reminder. Yeah. Okay, so you see the birds, they're birds. They're kind of going in a circle. So that's the top card and the bottom card. Okay, then the next card was number 68. The top image is the first card and the second card on top of each other, the way they come, the way they say you're supposed to do it. You layer them, put it on top of each other. So the first card's on the bottom, the next card's on top. That's the image you're seeing. And the bottom one is this transmission, or this part. All possibilities arise. All chakras become engaged. Very interesting. Some of humanity resist the benevolence. Some, most, embrace the energy. This gives soulful reactions to the flow coming. Soulful, soul, like your soul, not soulful, not kind of a sad soulfulness, but the soul, your soul. The next card was number 50. So now the top image are the first three cards, and the bottom one is this one, number 50. Protective dragon energy keeps things in control and in alignment. Higher intelligence comes to the forefront. Wow. Spirituality is welcomed. Higher intuitive and spiritual thought becomes seen and once again accepted in great form. And it's kind of it's over the, it's kind of looking over, it's protecting from the top. It's kind of a protective. And the one before that, the energy of all the colors were just coming out of the image, which was talking about the chakras. Okay, so then the next image is the top card. Cards combine all of the previous cards. And you can see the protective dragon up there is kind of behind the scenes now. It's kind of in the back, it's there. You can kind of see it, but it's there, but it's kind of in the background, while the energy flow looks like it's forward moving. It looks like it's going forward. It looks like it's kind of rolling forward. It just has that feeling to it. This card now is protective freshness surrounds the enduring energy. It lingers in the gathering of what is to come. What's to come with an energy of enjoyment for all. So that was the final card. The number 21 card is the one that you see on the bottom of this picture. So then when I looked at the combined picture, which I'll put on the screen, when I looked at that combined picture, when it was all stacked up and I looked at it, this is the message I got. Everything flows in synchronicity as in a vortex of humanity. Coming into alignment with the energy that will encompass upon the earth realm for much time to come, for generations. There are difficult energies to deal with in a temporary time, with the trajectory of bounty, with the balance and harmony in the offering. And then I commented, I said, doesn't that sound like the transition from dominance energy into the energy of harmony? It's really what it sounds like to me. And then in the first card, water energy surrounds. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't know, but it seems like water is important. I guess we'll learn what that means, but water seems to be important. And then when you look at the final image, which is, it should be on the screen now, the center is clear. The center, the center is clear. And then there's areas that are clear as the whole motion. It still, to me, looks like it's rolling forward, but there's there's clarity in it. Those areas that are nothing's in it, just perfect. That center is clear. And then those other sections or little spots are clear. There's clarity between the forward movement. This is what I wrote. The all possibilities of the card number 68 shows through. It shows through. I mean, you can see it showing through. You can see that showing through. And with the protection in the background. With the protection in the background, that dragon that's over arching the whole thing. So let me just read that again. The combination of the cards. The center of the image is clear. There is clarity between the forward movement. In the forward movement, the all possibilities card shows through with protection in the background. These cards are really coming into, or they're really giving us some really good messages. So thank you, Pagan Pug and Girl 1, for asking the question. And if you can enlighten us a little bit more about the April eclipse, do that. If not, I'm not knowing if I'm going to have time to get anything else done. But thank you for the question. It was really good. I love this message. Please like and share my videos, and also please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And stay tuned, because there is a lot more to come.